Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, my pandas. Welcome to my stream on Bye Bye Money. I'm glad that you guys could join me today. And boy, oh boy, did we have a big move down. The moment the CPI numbers came out, boom, it was just like a rock falling, falling off a cliff. And it's just, wow, it had some amazing follow through. Yesterday's low is acting as support at the moment with a major trend reversal, so we could have a big move up here, but I'm not sure. But that move down, that's why you have to know when news comes out, not because price action fails, but because you can have extreme volatility confirming price action. So man, oh man, big boy move down right there. But hey, who knows? I mean, at the end, price action is king, and so even though in the at the moment, right when this came out, the market didn't like it, but who knows? Price actions can tell us at the end, that could be a huge move down, but at the end, we could end up green today. Who knows? Who really knows? And so make sure you guys fill out that poll. We just finished our pre-market show, and I always have a great time there. Hopefully, you guys can join us there. For those who are, who would like to support this channel or help me a little bit more, but also, who would like to, follow my journey a little bit more closely. It's a little more intimate circle there. So people who I know support me, so I'm a little more vulnerable with them. And so I tell them everything when it comes to my accounts. So let's see here. Today, Whiskey Wednesday. 250 likes. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. At 250 likes, I will pop open a bottle of whiskey and and enjoy it at in the AM. And so if you guys get 250 likes, good morning guys, good morning. Chris Lou, good morning. Alex Bonet Bonnet, good morning. Russell H, good morning. Tactical Productions asks, have you tried to backtest a two-legged pullback on the NQ? It works on any market that has good good volume, good liquidity. Good morning, guys. Andrew Gibson, good morning. Jacobo Alcazar, good morning. Amin Laui. I've never seen so many vowels in a name. Your name is just vowels. You're missing one though. You should throw an E in there. Lowy. I guess it's because news, inflation. Yes, CPI numbers came out, and it was not good. Chris Lou asked, "What's my favorite whiskey?" Depends on the whiskey. If it's bourbon or the type of whiskey. If it's bourbon, then right now, I love. My go-tos are definitely Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace. My favorite is Blanton's at the price point that you can get. But yeah, when it comes to like Scotch, man, I don't know. You guys tell me what your favorite Scotch is. Honestly, I've been like drinking a lot more bourbons, so my Scotch game is a little weak right now. Zen, good morning from the Alberta bush. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Bernadette, good morning. From sunny New York. What a surprise. So, with the huge move down, Pandas, when the market's about to open, we are already back at yesterday's close. And so the market hated the news, but then really what did it? Did it really hate it? Because the price action is telling us we're coming back up. So that reversal pattern was huge. This was a reversal pattern. And so right now, I believe we're just in an uptrend. But coming back to this area here, and could find some resistance. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Let's look at the higher time frames. We had 3 pushes down. I was expecting a 4th push down, but instead of 4th push down, yesterday's low seems to be acting as some sort of support here, and we shall see what happens. On the daily chart, I marked this pivot low because I thought it would be important, but I will say we do have a gap on the daily chart. there's a gap on the daily chart, and what I mean by that is there is this gold line here I drew yesterday, and that gold line is a gap that was created that has not yet been filled. And so there's a gap all the here around the 4,110 mark, and this gold line will be here for the entirety of until we fill that gap. So I'm not gonna get rid of that gold line until we fill it. And thing about the E-mini is that gaps on a daily day do not last very long. The reason being is because the market is a 23/5 market. And so for 5 days in a row, it's open for 23 hours. And so there's very little time where the market's not open. And so if there is a gap on the futures chart, they're very rare. And if they happen, they get filled very quickly, typically. Already has been, 1 day has passed. And so, or I guess 2 days have passed since it's been filled. And so I'm expecting it to be filled sometime this week. I don't know when, but I've expected it to be filled sometime this week, and that's my expectation. So with that being said, if we break yesterday's high, we will create an outside bar reversal on the, not outside bar reversal, but we'll create an outside bar. It actually will be a reversal though, but outside bar on the daily, and we could at least fill the gap. That's what I'm thinking. If we go above this blue line, which is yesterday's high, I believe we'll fill the gap. But we're a bit far away from there, so when we get near there, we'll contemplate a good setup to go long. Chris Lou says, my favorite scotch is Talisker. I've never had it. Curious. I remember when Yamazaki first came out and they were so cheap, and people were just saying, oh yeah, it's a pretty good scotch. I was like, or it's not really a scotch, I guess it's a whiskey, it's a Japanese whiskey. But I believe scotches have to be created in Scotland. I believe that's the case. But in terms of whiskey, Japanese whiskey, it was like, to me it stood toe to toe to some of the best scotches, and the price point was like under $100. Yamazaki, I believe the 12-year, and I remember like, okay, like, I would see it, be like, it's a little too expensive, I won't get it. But now it's like almost impossible to even find. I think they discontinued. I don't think they're even making it anymore. Keep pushing up. Market's about to open in 5 minutes, and I just see an uptrend right now. That's all I see. And well, I like to participate, but it's a little difficult to participate here because I got no entries. I'm trying to figure out which line to use. Maybe I can use something like this. I think this line's not bad. Let's use this channel. 4 pushes up. Almost to yesterday's close again, and it could act as resistance. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen here. Quite a nice move off of yesterday's low. Nice reversal. Lagavulin. It's darn good. Hibiki. Yeah, Hibiki's good. Hibiki's a little too light for me though. Santori. Tormore is really good. Space I can't go wrong with Highland style either. Okay. The name like Carl Herman, I feel like you will know your scotches. in your whiskeys. I don't know why. You wouldn't know, like you didn't know that you can tell someone knows their scotches by their name, but for some reason Carl Herman just sounds like a person who would enjoy a nice bottle of whiskey. Yeah, Russell H. My friends and I, we always say Santori time whenever we want to drink. Santori. Lost in translation reference. Getting a trap here. I mean, market's about to open 4 minutes. I mean, I don't have any two leggies here. It's all first entries, and the market's saying, you know, if you want to enter this market, if you want to get a piece of this, you gotta just, you know, the fortune favors the brave, as Matt Damon would say. You guys remember that Super Bowl commercial? The one with Matt Damon, and it was like crypto.com or something, and it was like an advertisement, and he was saying like fortune is like all these like crazy achievements, you know, that mankind has done, like landing on the moon, and you know, just like these crazy things, and at the end he goes, fortune favors the brave or the bold or whatever, and it's like crypto.com. It's like basically saying like, hey you, it's brave. It's brave if you put all your money into crypto, and fortune will favor you. I thought it was ridiculous. I can't, you know, that is actually the worst thing to do. Fortune favors the brave. You know, poverty favors the, you know, the dumb, I guess. Steven Wanner says, if it isn't from Scotland, it's just single malt whiskey. All right, good to know. Good to know. We do got a two-leggy here. Market's about to open in 2 minutes, and we do have 4 pushes up with a 5th failure, clearly above the 20 MA. We could have a reversal here, but I mean, no break of trend, right? This is first break of trend. I actually hate it when the signal bar looks like this, when it kind of overlaps the previous bar. I really don't like that. I kind of like it when there's like a kind of a tail beneath it, showing a failed breakdown, right? Basically, it's this trading range, right? Two-leggy in a smaller time frame. It's just it's a trading range, and what you're doing with the trading range, you're fading the breakdown of it. Pretty decent signal bar. Market's about to open very soon. About to open in 30 seconds here, 40 seconds here. I'm not gonna enter this trade because most likely we'll still be in it by market open. And big signal bar, very big signal bar, and this is a signal bar actually, and so that's a really bad signal bar to enter. So because it triggered with this, that's the signal bar. Clearly above the 20 MA. I mean, I'm thinking new high still. You know, that could be first break of trend, but I'm thinking new high. Market just opened. Market just opened, but very little movement here. Interesting. On the higher time frames, we are above the 20 MA. But on the higher time frames, the 20, this could be a first break of trend. We could look for a new low here, but hard to say. I mean, that's a nice move up here. We're above the 20 MA on the higher time frames. We could look for a new low. I'm not sure, but this is quite a strong move up. Clearly above the 20 MA on the 2K chart as well. Today is Whiskey Wednesday, so make sure you guys scalp that like button. Do appreciate it. We do hit yesterday's close. Again, no setup here. Higher low setup though. No two-leggy, let's say. That was a two-legged move, but terrible signal bar. Pushing above yesterday's close now. And are we going to just rock it all the way up to fill that gap? I mean, we are on a strong uptrend now. I will mark these. This could act as this type of resistance here. Most of you guys thought it would be a bear trend day today, but because of that initial move, hey, there's a gap still above here. We got that gold line. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we fill it today. Finding some profit taking at these highs or at this like consolidation. I still think we're in a strong uptrend, but we are at like a level where we may find resistance here. So I'm going to sit on my pause here and wait. Two leggy forming here. It's not really close to any key area. Hard to take, plus bad signal bar. Sitting on my pause. Maybe if it came back to 20 MA, I may be interested here, but right now floating like that. Pushing down. The decent signal bar, actually maybe go long here. We'll see. Terrible signal bar. Large as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 6-point risk. Big push down. No entries for us. No good setups. We're below the 20 MA as you can see. And we could have already had a break of trend to new high here, but like I mentioned, this could act as a resistance, and that's exactly what it's doing. Big push down. Very big push down. Higher time frames actually creating a trading range on the 10K chart. The 5-minute, no trading range yet. Could come back to the bottom trading range here on the 10,000 tick. Creates a big trading range here. Can't take this trap too far away from the 20 MA. No setups for me, not yet. So I don't know. That could have been break a trend to new high, and that could have been like the lower high setup that I really would never take. I wouldn't take that setup, but ends up working out. You know, I'm taking a trap around this area, but doesn't give me any trap, doesn't give me a setup to enter this. Even though it does make a nice move down, there's no way for me to have entered this. So I'm watching this go, and I don't feel bad. I don't feel like FOMO. I don't feel anything because there was no setup for me. So there was nothing to miss. So in a sense, it's like you got to think in the big picture. This setup, are you gonna take this every single time you see this setup? And the answer is probably no. And so I'm never gonna take this setup. and it's just, it is what it is. Like, you know, how would I have known that this was going to do this? I wouldn't have. And so it would have been like pure guessing if I just wanted to reverse this on a super strong uptrend. It did hit like a resistance level, but still, I guess you can do a small risk, large reward type trade here, big swing trade. You know, that's your prerogative, but the way we're trading here, that's not how, that's not a setup that we look for. Not at all. Charles asks, what do you think about the gap in the middle of the night? I'm not sure what gap you're talking about. You might have to mention it. You might have to give me a time or something, and what chart you're looking at. We're at 43 likes. We're about 1/5 of the way there, but only 6 minutes into the market open, so still potential. The higher time frame, right, the 10K chart, we are hitting the bottom of the trading range. Let me make this a little bigger for you guys so you guys can see the numbers. Lower high. Curious to see here. There's like box here. You had these like two like boxes kind of. I don't know. This is a lot of consolidation. Big move, consolidation, big move. Now we're clearly above the 20 EMA, making it difficult to go short. So if you want to participate in this downtrend, I mean, you have no move. I mean, you could have break a trend new low here, or this could be the first break a trend. Looking for a new low now before finding reversal trade. So I wouldn't take this 3 because I'm looking for a new low now actually. But this 3 could reverse as well, so I just can't take it because I need it to have one more leg down here to finish this downtrend. This 3 ends up pushing strongly up, and it's hard for me to have taken that, in my opinion. Even though it works out successfully, I'm thinking new low here. I'm not thinking long, I'm thinking going short. But still nice push up here. Still looking for a new low. I'll take a lower high. I'll take a lower high for that new low. I'll take a lower high for a new low to look for it. I mean, we could be here for a while between yesterday's close and yesterday's low. Unfortunately, no setup for us. I wanted a lower high setup, but doesn't look like it's gonna give it to us. So no entries here. No setup, unfortunately. There is a lower high setup forming here. It's not a second entry short. Big signal bar as well. Big risk, 1, 2, 3, 4. Huge risk. Outside bar reversal. No thank you. Charles says a gap from 8 to 820. 8 to 820. Not sure. I'm not sure where that gap is. Unless you're talking about this gap up here, like doesn't get filled. Still looking for that new low. Higher time frame actually has a higher low second entry short setting up here. A, B, C, A. But instead it's reversing, pushing up higher now. Very interesting price action. I was not expecting that. I was looking for a new low before this happened. Now we're pushing up here. Very interesting. Okay. When I say very interesting, it just means I'm absolutely confused. I have no idea what's happening. I mean, the 10,000 tick trading range, what can I say? Hit the bottom perfectly. It might come back to the top of it. It hits the bottom of the trading range indicator, coming back up. Trading range indicator, man, sometimes it's scary accurate. Coming back here, if it comes back up here, I doubt it'll make a quad top. It most likely will break through and probably aim for some target higher. Typically, you know, when you come back up like this, you know, this was a nice reversal, but now it's, you know, if I were to ask you, like, what pattern does this look like? Hopefully some of you guys would say like a cup and handle. Cup and handle, and the right handle was a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. But typically when we come back up here the fourth time, especially the fact that we couldn't get back to the bottom here, you know, it kind of goes halfway from the bottom to the top and reverses. So we could have a big move up here. We'll see. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Today is Whiskey Wednesday.
10,000 tick trap.
Trap on the 10,000 tick chart typically works very well in these situations. I'm looking to go long here if I can. Unfortunately, just be far away from a 20 MA if it does trigger, most likely. But I like the setup here to go long. Potential good runner as well. Outside bar reversal almost created on the 10,000 tick chart. It's a trap outside bar reversal as well. 10,000 tick chart looks like this currently. It's a trap forming here. And this trap, you know, if it triggers, it could be a very strong move up. Oh, I'm taking this. Oh, already triggered. Oh, I was too slow. I was looking at the 10K chart. I was too slow to enter that. No! Pandas, I missed the boat. You could re-enter the boat right there. Hits it perfectly. But already makes like 4 or 5 points, so I'm not interested in this anymore. The scalp's already been made. Pandas! I missed a good setup. I was looking at the 10K chart trying to show you guys,
tick trap.
you know, how it looked like, and then right when I came back to 2K, I already formed. Pandas. Sad news. That's all good. We'll wait for the next setup. Darn it. Yeah, like I mentioned, you know, the fourth time, it typically is not going to last. Basically, cup and handle. Big move up. And we're kind of entering back into this big breakdown area. Typically, we try to come back to the top of the breakdown area, and we could rocket back up here. Potentially. That was a good trade. It's a Pikachu as well. Man, that's unfortunate. It's all good. That is unfortunate. I mean, as will you be trading tomorrow? Yes, I trade every single day. Yes, I will. All right, Pandas, you guys are 1/5 of the way there for the whiskey challenge. Little more than 1/5 of the way. Toadman asks, can you explain the Pikachu? I believe I have it in the frequently asked questions link in the description below. if it's not described there, then I can explain it very quickly. Basically, Pikachu is, with the indicator, very easy to see. It's just a, a second entry with a magenta box. That's a Pikachu trade. Well, basically what it is, it's a failed second entry combined with a successful second entry. So failed second entry short, right? 2 pushes up, reverses, but that fails, only goes about 1 tick. And then you also have this setup. You have the second entry long on the other side, A, B, C. And so all in one spot, you have both this and this forming, which looks like a Pikachu tail, right? It's the shape of a lightning bolt, which is the shape of the Pikachu tail. So this is why we call it Pikachu. So it's a second entry short combined with a second entry long, or vice versa. Terrible signal bar. That is a second entry long, but that's a terrible signal bar far away from a 20 MA. It's not something I'm interested in. Getting very choppy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 overlapping bars. Most likely will continue to go up, but wanted a good setup to participate. That is not a good setup. Isaac asks or says, I've contacted them, but just wondered if you ever came across a login error to your Apex account. Sure, I mean, sometimes there's rhythmic issues. I think Rhythmic's getting bombarded, partly due because you guys are amazing and doing Apex accounts and, and getting funded by them. And so inevitably they're getting a lot of traffic. Darn it. That is the trade of the day. Oh, man. It's all good. Just a little bummed out about it, but moving on. I'm just waiting for another setup, and this is not a good setup, even though it is a second entry long in an uptrend. Typically want to come back up to this area here. This is where we like to test, and we're very close, and it's going straight up. I almost want to just buy, always in long. Almost just want to buy anywhere here, and I could probably scalp out some money. Always in long at the moment. And the thing is about always in long, the reason why always in long, why you want to enter that is because typically when it looks like this, if it does have a pullback, the pullback won't be very large, and so you can buy back at a lower spot and most likely come out break even. So the first pullback is typically very small on the always in long situations. This is always in long, so if you just bought it even up here, you could buy it again down here 2 points below and come out break even. You already came out break even right there. So it's just a very high, if you're able to scale in, always in long is a very good setup in my opinion. It's a very good way to trade. Tanner says, I've been getting slippage in my eval accounts. A lot of my break-even stops have been getting filled as a 0.5 to 0.8 point loss. Does it ever happen to you, Panda, or anyone else? Yes. Happens all the time. The reason why is because, well, typically it's only like a tick. You get like a tick of slippage because it's so liquid. The emini is so liquid. But if you're getting like more than a tick, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I typically don't get more than a tick slippage. Second entry long, potentially here. Might be interested in entering here. Market saying nope, only first entries. First entry is far away from 20 MA. That's all you get. And that's why I'm not in these trades. It's hard to enter there. And like I mentioned, if you're always in long, you know, you just enter long again on the next good signal bar and you come out break even. So it's just high probability to at least come up break even always in long situations. Coming straight to this area here. Another push up. Second entry long here. It's far away from 20 May. It's a shame. It might be the only setup we get, but I don't like it because you have these tops blocking you. You want the second entry long to be closer to a support area, which is usually 20 MA, and not floating in the mid-air like this. But the trade, this trend is so strong, you might be even tempted to go long here, but we're gonna stick to the rules here. We're gonna wait till it comes back to our 20 MA here. All right, regardless, comes back down to it. Looking for a long trade here. Terrible signal bar now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of risk. It's quite a lot of risk here, but good signal bar now. Plenty of room to the top here. Off the 20 EMA. EMA is getting a little flat here. Now we're getting stacked bars, which I don't like, but to me that's a failed breakdown. In this trade, it's gonna be 2 points here. Disappointed with this current movement, but I'm gonna stick to the plan. You know, strong uptrend, 2-leggy off the 20 MA. It's a risk worth taking, in my opinion. Let's go, baby. Oh, couldn't move my stop loss, my runner. Got a runner, boys. Let's go, baby. Runner gets stopped out. All good. Got 2 points off that. Let's go, baby. Getting that bamboo. High or low setup here. I almost want to take this higher low setup as well. Terrible signal bar. Starting to get a little too choppy for me now. But I see a trading range forming here, and if we come down and come back up with a higher low setup, I'm thinking coming back to the top of the trading range. So I'm thinking at least. Terrible signal bar. Interesting. This reversal actually is starting to reverse the market. It's above the 20 MA. It's an ugly looking reversal. I wouldn't take it, but it's starting to reverse the market a little bit. Higher low setup might be interested in to come back up here. I need a higher low setup. I can't just enter naked here. I need a higher low. I need some little more confirmation. 4 pushes down now. Could be reversing here. Big push down. Let's check out the 5-minute chart, see how it looks like. 5-minute giving us a 2-leggy here. It's 2 legs up. A, B, C. Let's see what happens here. I'll be very surprised if we don't come to this blue line though. You know, I think this is a bear trap. I mean, we're so close to touching this and testing it. I believe this is a bear trap. I really do feel like we're gonna come to this blue line at least today. So this trap actually ends up reversing the market. Very surprising to me. Unfortunately, I would need like probably a trap setup to enter long here, just because we're so far beneath the 20 MA. And I mean, there's a couple ways you can see this. Either like this break of trend, new low, or you can see this as its own downtrend. This would be first break of trend. So depends on how conservative you want to be, I guess. If I'd see a trap here to go long, I would take it though, thinking that this is a bear trap. So we have a clear magnet here. Reverses this big move down. Higher low setup may be enticing to take at this moment, so we're clearly above the 20 MA. No setup flow for me. I'm not going to enter long here. I mean, it is an H4 setup, but I cannot enter long naked like that. Even though I think it's a bear trap, I still need some sort of evidence that we're going to go long, and hard just to take this straight up. Todd at Stone City Outlaw says up 775, going to log off. That's my biggest enemy, over trading. Hey, you know yourself best. You know yourself best. Higher low second entry long. Unfortunately, I'm gonna take the trap. I'm waiting for the trap. Something like this. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for 2-leggy to go long here. Even though that is a higher low second entry, I'd rather wait for the. This is a higher probable setup, higher probability. This setup here, to wait for this setup. Even though it's a low probability that it will happen, it's a higher probability if it does to enter this trade. Regardless, if it traps, I'll go long still. I'll be going long on a trap here. Micro double bottom. Let's see if it gives us a trap. It'd be nice if it gives us a trap so we can enter. Currently just a micro double bottom. If I'm eager enough, I'll enter just in the inside bar breakout. If I'm eager enough. Am I eager enough? It's not a step I usually take, but I'm pretty eager to enter long here. Alright, too late. I wish I would have set it up 100% if I saw this trigger 1 tick below. It gives you 2-point scalp. Actually reverses now. Huh, we might get the trap now, who knows. Third push up, potentially. This 3 here, I might look for a new low here. I'm not sure. This is too confusing for me. Yep, pushing down now. It does give you scalp, reverses immediately. Well, that would have been enough for 2 points. It's just good enough for me. On the higher time frames now, we have a 2-leggy forming. A, B, C. I'm not sure how far down it's going to go, but ideally come down something like this. The 5-minute might create a trap here with a 3. Or it fails to get you short. Reverses. Big push up. Very confusing. I might take a higher low setup here. higher low setup looks like this. A, B, C. Second entry long with a higher low. You cannot go above this pivot high. If you go above this pivot high, the accounts reset. So if I get a push down and then a reversal, then that's what I'm looking for. But unfortunately, market's being very stingy, not giving me any setups that I like. Give me my setup, please. $20 EMA, I think I support now for the time being. I would like a setup here. I need to push down one tick below, micro double bottom, one tick below, couple ticks below, reverse, higher low, second entry long here. Big push down, terrible looking signal bar, not interested anymore. Need a better signal bar than that. But this is getting choppy now. So my only setup right now probably only be down here to go long back into this chop, to come back into this trading range. But if it triggers up here now, it's a little more difficult because you're banking on a breakout at that point. Here, barely enough room to get a 2-point scalp here. Terrible looking signal bar. Keeps pushing down. Uncertain what's going to happen here now. Big push down. Maybe looking for new low. This could have been the first break of trend. New low. Still hasn't made a new low, but most likely wants to make a new low. 10K chart simply making a two-leggy off of the 20 EMA potentially here. So all this noise on the 2K chart, but on the 10K chart, very, very simple looking. Pandas almost to 100 likes. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Big push up. I mean, I was looking for a new low, so I wasn't expecting this to push up that high. But I guess it makes sense, right? This is a failed breakdown of this trading range up here. Hard to trade this in my opinion. Gotta wait for this trading range to break. Diego says EMA is getting flat, 100% true, going in and out of the 20 EMA. Most likely will break out to the upside. Because of higher time frames, we're clearly above the 20 EMA. Clearly going to create the second entry long here. Second entry long, this is a nice second entry long on the 10K chart in my opinion. Pretty decent setup. And if you had a wide enough stop, it would be a good setup to take in my opinion. Second entry long about to trigger on the 10K chart. It just triggers on a 10K chart. Easy 2-point scalp already. Right, the 10K just triggered the second entry long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-point scalp immediately on the 10K chart. Nick Arsenal asks, what is that free two-legged indicator? I'm not sure. There is a free trial for this indicator if you want to check it out for yourself. Big push down. Trading range on the 2K chart proving to be quite strong. No setups for me now. I'm just watching this. I cannot trade this right now. It's too tight for me. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. We do have Whiskey Wednesday today. By the way, for anyone who is just joining, I am Bye Money. And welcome to my stream. Every single day we trade only one single instrument, the most liquid market in the world, the emini, S&P 500 futures, ES, whatever you want to call it. It's a Super Bowl of trading. We trade here every single day. We trade only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. If you're not familiar with the setup, you can check out the description below. But basically, it's when the market makes two moves, A, B, C. One push up, first entry, second push up, and then we like to enter opposite because the market, after it makes the two-legged moves, is typically done with that move. If you want more information about the setup, you can go to the description below. There are playlists going over the details of the setup. Also on screen, we have the two-legged pullback indicator. All these numbers here show how many counts. It automatically counts all legs and identifies all second entries. So if you want to know more information about the indicator, also trading range indicator marking for us these trading ranges using pure price action. If you want more information on either of those indicators, you can go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. I got with that URL, you can't beat that URL. That URL is, it is what it is. Also, we trade 100% risk-free. You might wonder, how do we do that? We trade with Apex funded traders. And so if you can pass their evaluation, they will fund you up to $300,000. And if you, and it's a simple evaluation. If you can pass it, they'll give you money to trade and you can withdraw money. And it's risk-free because if you lose, then you don't lose any of your own personal capital. You lose their capital. And that's how the prop firms work. If you like to open your own eval account, there is a coupon for 50% off, and it's like probably the best deal you can get when it comes to these prop firms. And honestly, their customer support is world class. I will say I don't think I've met a place with better support than them. They are amazing. Cody M says, King Panda, sorry for not being able to watch all the time. Quick question, do you only shoot for at least 2-point scalps? I remember when you used to only do 1 point with runner. I do 2 points right now because of how large these signal bars have been. I've been doing 2 points because you got to make up for instance, this signal bar right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. These signal bars have been crazy as of late. And so the larger signal bar, the more you have to get on your reward. So right now we're getting choppy, very hard to see. But yeah, use a coupon BBM50. It's, I say this time and time again, but yeah, the nice thing about the prop firms is not even it's risk-free, which is, one of the best parts about it, but it's the fact that it's, the power of multiple accounts with a trade copier. That's what gets me most excited. Big push down now. Finally made that new low. It took a long time, but we finally made that new low. I do believe we will still get to this blue line though. Break a trend, consolidation, new low, finally made it. Took forever. But this consolidation was so long, it makes me feel like this is a new downtrend. It could be a new downtrend here. So we have to wait for all the things that we need to wait for a major trend reversal. Coming back to yesterday's close, looks like. Surprising, this reversal actually ends up reversing the market. It's kind of where you found some resistance at that reversal point. Very interesting. Jenny Hoyos asks, how come you trade the ES over the NASDAQ? Do you find that the two-leggy works better on the ES? No, I don't find it to be better. I'm just used to the ES. Let's just say that. I'm very used to it. I know the tick counts to use. I'm very familiar with the movements of the E-mini. The thing is, is that the Nasdaq is actually way more volatile than the emini. So it's actually, you know, in a sense could be easier. I don't know, but I'm just so familiar with the emini. I'm not opposed to trading Nasdaq, no, but on the stream we just trade the emini here. I'm most influenced by Al Brooks, and he trades mostly the emini, and so that's probably why. But he trades a lot of markets. But I want to be able to master one market before moving to multiple. Mitch Lawton asks, he doesn't understand the difference between trading one account versus many accounts with a trade copier. And Nick has a spot on. It's because, you know, you're spreading your risk. Much harder to bust an account or blow your account trading one contract on a $300,000 account than trading 4 contracts, right? It's harder to bust your accounts if you have one contract across 4 accounts, or trading 4 contracts on one account. Much harder. In fact, it's 4 times easier to blow your account. Unsure what's happening here. This is kind of floating in the mid-air right now. And yeah, I mean, we have a 2-leggy, maybe push down here. Could be a strong push down. We have a 2-leggy, but look how large this risk is. Plus 2 dojis in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-point risk. Does give you a nice little scalp here. Potential swing trade. It comes right back up. I'm not sure if this market's tricky. It's more annoying than anything. It's just kind of moves quickly, consolidates, moves quickly, consolidates, moves quickly. Maybe consolidate here. You know, it's just like, and when it does that, it's hard to know the market cycle, right? The market cycle switching so quickly. I cannot, you know, adjust my trading to it quick enough, and so it's just difficult. You know, like even for here, I wasn't sure. It could have reversed here. I'm not sure. Very confusing. Chris Liu says 5-0 to the let's go, baby. 4K left till I pass the 150K Apex eval. And look at, you know, strong push down. Now we're starting to chop again. Very difficult. You know, there's no way I would enter long here. You know, I wouldn't enter long here. Big push up. Potential bear trap. We could have a very big push up here. And this might be when we finally get to test this. The reason being is because it's strong bull bar ending on its high with follow through. Aaron Corn says Apex Copier is the 7th wonder of the world. I believe there are already 7 wonders. I think it's the 8th wonder. I think there's a lot more than 7 now, but typically it's called the 7 wonders of the world, I think. So 8th wonder, yeah. It's not a compound interest. The 8th wonder in the world is the trade copier. Strong push down, double bottom, push up, and now kind of strong push down. It's hard to tell. I know, and it's just when the market looks like this, it's very difficult to trade. You know, it's hard to know what the setup is at this moment. Let's do this as what's a trap. In order for you to know what a trap is, you first have to know what a second entry long is. A, B, C. This is two-leggy move. But instead of going long here, which we typically would do, you actually wait for the trap to push down. The reason being because you're under 20 MA. Act as resistance. Pushes down. That's a trap. When your two-leggy makes less than a point. Two-legged move, and then the second entry long makes less than a point, reverses. Reverses and breaks the previous pivot or previous candle's low. That's a trap. Which I would be trading here. If we get two pushes down, I'll get a trap trade to go long here. So that makes 2 points this way, huh? Second entry long potentially. But it's a little choppy. Right, we're going in and out of the 20 MA. So taking this long doesn't really make sense either. In fact, the trading range indicator marking perfectly where it was going to go. Hits, taps it perfectly, comes right back up to it. This is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 point trading range. Potential trap here. Pushes up. It's impossible. I'm not sure what's happening here. Very hard market to trade. Yeah, I mean, I recommend to do Apex, especially like if you want to have some experience trading with like real money, but don't want to put too much skin in the game. You know, I would say create like a, you know, a very small Apex account, and you could trade micros. And trading micros, you know, the nice thing is you get basically a free Ninja Trader license. You know, especially if you haven't purchased one yet. You get that license. You can trade on their accounts. You're risking very little money. And you know, and it's kind of like you get that pressure of real money, so it's kind of nice to have. I mean, we're at 412 for the day. I'm happy with that, but yeah, I'm just waiting. I don't know what other setup to really look for here. This is just too, the market cycles are too confusing. Keep switching. William Surveys asks, can you use the trade copier with Apex accounts, or does it work with any Ninja Trader? I believe it works with any Ninja Trader account. I believe so. It should. I mean, it works with my personal account and also Apex accounts, and so. Pandas, we're not even halfway there to our whiskey challenge goal. I thought you guys were gonna blow through 250 likes, but I guess I was wrong. Guess you guys just don't have the, you know, the unity, the will, the ability to reach the goal. That's what I'm guessing. You guys just can't do it. Slowly grinding upwards now. Not interested in any trades here, but when you see slow grinds like this, typically limit orders, right? People are buying with limit orders. People buying with limit orders right here. People buying with limit orders right here. People selling with limit orders above here. They're just scalping. Diego says, you guys don't have what it takes. That's exactly right. You guys don't have what it takes to get the 250 like goal. You can't do it. You guys are not good enough. What can I say? There was a time where you guys were good enough, but not anymore. $107 likes. Weak sauce. All right. We got a higher low off of the 20 EMA here. I may look for a trap trade if we get it. May look for a trap trade. Pushing strong up, always in long, I believe, after this bar. People are just buying whatever they want. Buying here, they'll buy close of the bar, buying above this. Probably buy down here as well. Follow through, buying, they just buy here, buy the close, keep buying, they're just buying. Always in long. Buying here again. They're going to continue to buy. Always in long. Just buy here. Buy for any reason. The reason being is because if there is a pullback, they know that they could probably come out break even if they scale in. Always in long. Coming to that breakout area, which I mentioned, most likely will test this area here, and then break previous candles, previous day's high, and then finally fill that gap. All of that will happen today. There's a trap here. It's so far away from the 20 MA. Should I take it? It's a little too far. Sit on my pause here. Tanner says, I'm coming up on 1 month since starting my eval account. I haven't reached the profit target. Should I cancel and use your coupon to risk? Depends. If you use the coupon to get the like the 80, there was a time where they did 80% off like in Easter. And if that's the eval that you're talking about, then yes, you want to cancel that and create a new one. But if you're using the 50% off one, then it will just continue to be 50% off every single month until you pass. But there was a special deal with the 80% off, basically for 1 month. But the 50% off one will work for the lifetime of your evaluation account. So if you got the 80% off one, then yes, cancel it, then reset. And start a new one with 50% off. If it's a 50% off one, it will continue to be 50% off, so you don't have to do anything. Yep. Cancel that. Cancel it quick before they charge you. So that trap, good thing I didn't take it because it failed. Dylan asks, is there a time limit for evaluations? No, there's no time limit, but in a sense, kind of people have their own personal time limit, as in you have to trade minimum of 10 days. So there is no max time limit, but there's a minimum time limit. And so typically people want to finish it in 10 days. But if you can't finish in 10 days, typically people want to finish it before 1 month. So they can, they don't have to pay for the evaluation again. To keep paying monthly until you pass. So there's no hard time limit, but most people have like their own personal time limit because they don't want to pay for the eval again. Second entry long. Terrible signal bar coming right off the 20 MA. So it's just like setups like this kind of, you know, kind of anger you, because if it does work, it's just there was no way for you to enter with a signal bar with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, basically 8 point of risk. Terrible looking signal bar as well. It just happens to bounce off right off the 20 MA. It gives you a nice 2-point scalp, but there's no way for you to enter this kind of with this kind of signal bar. What can you do? It's just one of those days. I'm not entering long with this signal bar. No way. Even with the best setup. Jenny Hoyer says, I backtested my strategy. I know that it works. However, recently I haven't been doing well with it. Should I switch strategies? What do you recommend? I don't know your strategy. If you know it works, then it works. And if you've been trading it poorly, then that's the reason why it's not working. I don't know what else to say. So, should you switch? No, I would say don't switch. You can still use it. You can have multiple strategies. That can be one of the strategies, one of the setups you look for. In fact, you know, even when I trade off stream, sorry to say, pandas, I don't only trade second entries. I don't. And traps, I don't only trade those two setups. I trade other setups too. I'll trade always in long. Like when I saw this big bull bar, I would have bought, you know. But since we're only trading one single setup here, I didn't buy this. But I would typically have bought this right here and have like maybe a 4-point stop loss and just keep buying. You know, scalping, buying, and then it goes against you like this big bear bar. You know, you can even buy here, come out break even. You know, if you bought it here at the close. Huh. I mean, good signal bar off the 20 MA. This looks like a two-legged move. When you look at it, it looks like a two-legged move. But it's technically not a two-legged move. But when you look at it, it kind of looks like a two-legged move. A, B, C, good signal bar. But technically it's not, because it ends up breaking above here, going down. This is a two-legged move, and so maybe a higher low second entry long maybe it will entice me here. We also have to recognize this trap does fail here, and so, but I'll take a second entry long, higher low second entry long here. I'll consider that. Micro double bottom. Micro double bottom off the 20 MA. If it breaks above this high, could move up very quickly. For those who are eager, will enter long after it breaks a high of any previous candle's high. Especially the inside bar like this. I will wait for a second entry long. I'll wait for our setup here. I'm gonna wait for the setup to come to me. I'm not gonna chase anything. Potential higher low second entry long here. Currently terrible signal bar. Terrible. I'll go long here. I'll go long here. Terrible signal bar. Not interested. Thinking long to come back into this trading range, but it looks like it's pushing lower. New low, right? Lower highs, lower lows. Pushing down strongly now. Right now we're beneath the 20 EMA, so you can't go for a long trade anymore. You cannot go long anymore. Patriot says, anyone have any issues with a trade copier? I have 2 accounts and sometimes a follower account orders lag or don't execute the same as the leader. Very frustrating. It's gonna, so the way it works is that it basically does like market orders when you enter a trade. And so sometimes you have some slippage in the on the following accounts, follower accounts. Because it basically wants to enter as close as possible to whenever you enter a trade, it's just going to execute the order. So you'll have some slippage potentially on, you know, your follower accounts. I mean, what a day. I mean, what is this? This is like, you know, we're just staring at this and nothing's happening. I thought we were going to have some good movement up, and then it ends up doing this nonsense. So let's just wait. Just watching. Potential trap, right? Potential fail second entry long. This is a potential trap here. I'm not going to trade it because of the higher time frames. We are above the 20 MA, and the 20 MA can act as support here. So I'm not going to go short into the 20 MA on the higher time frames. But for those who are, let's just say, fortune favors the brave, as Matt Damon would like to tell us, you can go short here. I wouldn't be so mad to go short there. But I'm skipping it because I don't like it 100%. I only want to enter a trade if I like it 100%. This trap currently is failing, reversing. Failed traps can create large reversals here. But you'll still be in the trade because your stop loss will be up here. And so, we'll see. Actually, we'll take a long here. A long trade here. If that failed, but it didn't fail. It makes a point. Big push down now. The trap triggers, like, and it reverses, but you're still safe because your stop loss is up here. Makes you sweat, you know, misses by like 3 ticks, and then goes your way, which is just, you know, thoughts and prayers to those who went short there. That is amazing. Miracles do happen. Abdel R. Raj, yes. What is the win rate of the strategy? It's 90%. 90% win rate. But don't let that fool you because 90%. I'm not I'm not one of those scammers. I will tell you how it is. 90% probability typically means bad risk reward. So you're scalping. You'll make 1 to 2 points, but you can potentially lose 4 to 5 points. And so at 90% win rate, it's still profitable, but you have bad risk reward. Michael B is killing it. Rat Ken FA says, where can I get a demo account to practice for Nitra? I believe Nitra does give you free sim, but it's only for like 2 weeks or something. Then you have to pay for data. Data fee is very little. It's about like $4 or something a month. So you can practice with that, $4 a month. It won't be free, but $4 a month is well worth it in my opinion. If you can't afford something for $4 a month, especially when it comes to trading, then I would say you're probably not in the right financial place to start trading. Personally, don't like this chop. I don't like this price action. I don't think it's very clear, and honestly, it's just no setups for me. I mean, there's a second entry short here, but maybe worth taking. I think because my bias was long, I didn't think about going short here. Big push up. DX says, it depends on how devoted you are to Michael Chin. That is true. There is a direct correlation to how profitable you are and how devoted you are to Michael Chin. It's a positive correlation. All joking. This is joking 100%. Second push higher. The market is dancing around too much, and I don't like that. So I just don't think there's clear direction. Like, I think it's gonna go up, but it's dancing around too much, and so the thing that seems obvious may not actually happen. I mean, this blue line here is that breakdown candle. So most likely going to test at least the top of it, in my opinion. This gap has already been filled. Right, this gap has been filled with that push up. So there's no more gap anymore. I'm looking to go long if possible. Need a good setup though. Still looking for a setup. Partly not in a rush because I'm already up 412 today, so. Ralph Grunz asks, is Chin still around? I don't know. Jenny Hoyos. I can't tell if you guys troll Michael Chin or are legit. It's a love-hate relationship with Michael Chin. We love him because like you said, his videos are great. But we also troll him because of his shady business model, let's say. I'm looking for a second entry long, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I like this area. I like the fact we're going up. I would like a second entry long here, but I doubt we're gonna get it. Most likely gonna push up. Most likely gonna reset my account here. My count, not my account. My count. Ooh, second entry long. I will not take an outside bar reversal. That's for sure. I'll let this pass if an outside bar reversal does trigger. But this is a Pikachu trade, going up very close to a magnet. So I'm very interesting going long here. Even with a bad signal bar, I'll consider this. Pretty bad signal bar, but I'll consider it still because it's a trap. Our second entry short fails to make a point, reverses. Looking to come at least to this blue line here. This is an aggressive trade. Do not copy my trades. And I admit it's an aggressive trade. In fact, it almost triggers me. Now we're starting to get choppy. You got two overlapping bars. No longer interested. A little closer to the 20 MA now. Still eager to go long. I don't know. What this could have been is maybe break a trend to new high. Could be it, and we could be looking for a short trade here now. Man, good signal bar. It's just too far away from 20 MA. I like it to touch the 20 MA here. Okay, now we are closer to 20 MA. That's what I'm looking for. This, I may take an outside bar reversal. It's gonna be a big risk though. I may just take my regular risk here. But coming off of the 20 MA like this, big risk, bad signal bar, but I like the context. I'm gonna take my simple 5-point risk. I'm not, yeah, I'll keep the risk the same. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. I'm gonna let this simmer a little bit. All right. Let's see if we can get a nice runner here. I'm gonna let it marinate the set runner for a little bit. Let's go, baby. Got a runner. See how high this runner can go. Huh! No! Don't stop me out. Too bad. Yes, yes. Higher. Higher. Let's get a strong push up. We're in a runner. Let's go, baby. Runners, what you want at least 2 legs up. So I'm not going to move my stop loss until we get 2 legs up so we can get a pivot. Feel the power. Make sure you guys scalp that like button to make this runner go up higher. Scalp that like button. Let's let that runner go. Come on. Come on. Ho 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 ho. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Come on. Go higher. Come on. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. We need this runner to go up. Every scalp makes the runner go higher. Ooh, it just pushed higher here. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. Come on. Come on. You can do it. What? Come on. Don't stop me out. Don't do it. Push. Come on. Push. Push. Give me a P in the chat for push. Give me those P's. Push. Push. No. No. Push. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Give me at least 2 legs up. Give me at least 2 legs up. Push. Come on. I will say I will come out of this runner with a stop, not with a limit. I will come out with my stop. Oh! No! Ah! Pandas. All good. Darn it. Probably get more than that. Up 800 to this, baby. I'll take that. Pandas. Thank you for the peace. It was not strong enough, though. It was not strong enough. Sorry, Pandas. I wish we could have got a really nice runner there, but fortunately, that's all we got. All right, Pandas. Hope everyone got their bamboo today, and call it a day today. We got 132 likes. Didn't quite get there, but hey, as always, next week. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. 9 o'clock for the pre-market show. 9:15 for the mainstream, and make sure you guys scalp that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys bright and early tomorrow. As always, happy trading, and God bless. Bye.